Hey everybody, welcome back to another one. Second to last video of the preservation week. I'm sure that a lot of you have squash coming up like crazy right now. It's a real big time of year for that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some butternut squash ravioli to go with our dinner tonight. So first things first, we need to get the oven preheated to 350 and we got to get this squash split. Alright, so to do this, I always start by taking off the two ends. There we go. And then there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but I actually like to just come straight from the top. There we go. Alright, so we've got our two beautiful squash halves. We will remove the seeds from these.
Can I help Daddy?
No. Thank you for offering. You can make this recipe with any kind of sweet squash. It works great with like buttercup, butternut. If you had a small enough pumpkin, like if you had your last pumpkins and they were a little bit smaller, if you still had your like just getting started pumpkins and they were a little small, you could probably do one with a pumpkin. Pumpkin's pretty stringy. It's not the squash I would most highly recommend for this, but any sweet squash that when cooked will have a nice smooth flesh. So there we go. Next step, we're just going to put these on a baking sheet and get them seasoned up. Alright, so for seasoning we're just going to do some butter. A sprinkle of brown sugar. And then into the oven for about 45 minutes. Alright, so you're going to need 2 cups of pasta flour with a well, and you're going to need 3 eggs. Okay. We're basically just going to knead this for about 10 minutes. It's a very smooth, elastic dough. And I think I'm going to have to add a little water to this. So what I'll do is going to stop right there for now, and I'll pick you guys back up when I'm ready for the next step. Alright, so we got our ball of dough. I'm just going to take a little bit of plastic wrap, wrap this up, and then we'll let this sit and rest for about an hour. Alright, so there we go. These are out of the oven. And we're going to start making our filling with these as these cool down. I just wanted to show you how that brown sugar, putting that brown sugar on the flesh of the squash really helps the actual natural sugars in the squash caramelize. And that's why we do it. This is going to be super flavorful, pretty delicious. I'm really excited to get started on this. Alright, so these are now mostly cool. My pan's nice and cool. So, move this off to the side bowl. And all I'm going to do take my squash, put it in the bowl. And I'm just going to use this nice big spoon to just scrape. Alright, so the easy way to do this, or I guess the labor intensive way to do this, is with a spoon or a fork. And you want to just get this down until it's nice and soft and pliable, because we're going to use a piping bag to pipe this into our ravioli. But let me show you how, if you have access to it, you can do this really fast and easy. So I was going to show you this with my immersion blender, but it's not working. So you can use a pastry cutter. That's just what this is. Or you could use a potato masher too. Can't figure out what I need to do on my immersion blender, so I'm not even going to bother showing you. Alright, so we are ready to make the pasta here. There's all kinds of stuff that you can add to this. I'm keeping it very, very simple for this batch. I'm not going to add anything. I just did the butter and the brown sugar with the squash, and that's all we're going to put in here for this one. You could certainly add like ricotta cheese. You could add really any kind of cheese that you wanted. I'm just going to keep it really simple though and just go with the squash. So I'm just taking a spoon and I'm going to spoon this into my pastry bag here, like so. Alright, so we're going to do a little sprinkle of the pasta flour on here, just so we don't have any sticking. And we'll go ahead and give this a very light coating as well. So first thing, because I want this to be in sheets, that I'm going to do is shape this into a square, or a rectangle rather. I want to try to get that about roughly as wide as our ravioli mold. And I'm just going to take a rolling pin here. Just roll this out. I'm making butternut squash ravioli. Not yet. No, I'm not making it. No, we don't need a cookie cutter, sweetie.
What do you need?
Not right now.
Getting ready to do the cookies?
No, I'm making pasta dough.
Dad, I'm supposed to
Good job.
Can I try rolling?
Not right now, sweetie. I don't feel it. Don't fluffy. Wow, that was fun. Hey, what's that? Oh, I don't know. So there's our sheet of ravioli dough.
I want to try. Did I want to try?
No. Don't press.
What are you going to do? It's going to...
Watch out, please.
It's going to cost. I'm happy cookies. No lilies. Everyone will go, oh, are those hot favorite.
What do we need to pick up that we care about because we don't want the dogs to chew
There's
it?
nothing really right now. Except we put these nice blankets away.
Lily, how about those?
And except your art box and your book. Yeah, I put there.
Okay. So we're just gonna pipe these full.
We're gonna go.
How did they?
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. After we get down there for Pluto, we're gonna take the secret squirrel down to the garage and get the stuff that Lily's gonna work on because she's choosing a different choice than you.
Okay, I guess I get all the potato to myself.
Okay.
Lily, you can be like, Lily, pretend that I'm buying a book and an art box, okay? And then you want to buy a candy, some candies and anyway.
All right.
Right, Lily?
Cut my excess off there. So these are by no means the prettiest batch I've ever seen. There we go. Yeah. All right. There are the raviolis. I don't know if I have enough dough here to make another batch or not, so I'm probably just going to toss this. But this is why I'm including this video in Preservation Week. So this butternut squash, that can go in the freezer. If you had leftover pasta dough, that can go in the freezer. And these ravioli can actually go in the freezer as well. So what you would do is you'd lay these all out in one flat layer like they are now, and then you would put them into a flat layer on a baking sheet, put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes, pull them out, and then vacuum seal them. I'm actually going to be making these tonight, so I'm not going to bother freezing them. But I hope you're enjoying Preservation Week so far. Last video is going to be coming up tomorrow, and we're going to be showing you how to make some pre-made frozen pheasant chicken nuggets. So until next time, tight lines, tight chains, shoot straight.